welcome to the show. My name is Kennedy Mutembe, and today in the studio I'm joined by a very special woman. We are going to discuss about the protest that happened like 1 month ago in our country. She's going to introduce herself.
So, good morning, guys. This is Judy. You can call me Miss Judy. I'm a content creator on TikTok. So, I'm here with Kennedy Mutembe to discuss about what happened in our country about a month ago concerning the finance bill.
So, Judy, you saw the whole thing. Did you participate, first of all?
Actually, I did participate.
So
Only day one.
You are in the streets.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't go because, security matters. I love my life. And me and you know that, anything can happen during the protest. So, like you saw, people got killed, and despite that, people still, walikaa tu kwa hizo maandamano. So, watu waliuawa, like a lot of things happened. There was a lot of chaos. So, what's your view about everything that happened during the day?
Actually, to my view, according to my view, I think Kenyans wangikaa chini na wangisoma about the finance bill, like what was in the finance bill. As to my view, I think that Kenyans like walidhani like all this thing ilikuwa too made up, like they didn't sit down and discuss according like person to person what was in that finance bill.
You yourself, did you read the...
Actually, I read it day one, and I got frustrated about how things like changed in the constitution of Kenya.
So like kwa hiyo finance bill, nini ilikufanya ukaona like maybe the protests were justified, or maybe people didn't just they didn't understand the whole thing?
First and foremost, kitu iliniudhi, I'm a lady, yeah? I menstruate, yeah? I actually saw the price of the sanitary towels. They were increased massively. That's the first thing that frustrated me. Second thing, the president wanted us to pay tax. Actually, I don't have a job. He wants me to pay tax. How is that even possible?
It's like according to the constitution, you're supposed to pay tax. But now the people are saying like they raised the tax to so high, like and some of the people, they don't have jobs to get the money to pay the tax, and some basic things like mkate, food, like foodstuffs zilikuwa zimeongezwa bei, and people felt like that maybe the country, the president, the officials want to wanajaribu kuwa milking us, the little dimes that we get. So now the problem is during the maandamano kuna watu waliuawa, wengine waka injuries, and the government didn't even hawaku take it like serious. You saw the interviews with the president akisema sijui those were goons, they were not Gen Zs. Unaona, like, do you think ali overreact ama?
No, I think the president was right. Day one. Day one, as you all know, protests should end at this time, at 6. But the Gen Zs were still in town protesting until late night. I think the police had a right.
So, like, you are supporting extrajudicial?
Actually, I'm supporting it. An announcement was made that Gen Z should go back home at 6 p.m., but two people decided to stay in town and protest until late night.
So, actually, kuna vitu mingi sana zili happen that day. Uliona watu, the police wakitupa tear gas, water canyons, and watu wengine wanasema like the Asiat, like mnatupa tear gas yenye hata ina hii flavor tumeizoea nini. Actually, there was a video, a guy was smoking, they believed he was smoking tear gas. Let's watch the video.
Rushia au tear gas. Umelipa ushuru na ushuru lazima inunue tear gas. Na kama imenunua tear gas lazima turushiwe.
I think that video was so funny. Yeah, I swear to one God.
It was so funny. But, like for me, see, could believe like alikuwa na smoke the thing, but you know, if he was smoking, that guy is against that guy is against. And so uliona wengine walikuwa like some people, kuna ule polisi pia alienda kutupa tear gas and the thing blew
I
his
saw
hands.
that. Actually, that thing really hurt me. Though I saw on Twitter, like people were making jokes about that guy. Actually, for me personally, I felt pity for that guy.
But-
First and foremost, job yake imeisha hivyo.
But don't you think he deserved it? Because alikuwa anatoa the tear gas at the protesters. Like alikuwa anataka kuumiza watu wenye walikuwa. Imagine now, let's picture this, if angetoa hiyo tear gas safely and then aitupe igonge mtu and then si unaona like maybe he deserved it at some point.
At my point, he didn't deserve because kazi ya Kanjo to maintain law and order. Actually, he was doing his job. To the departed soul, like rest in peace. Ule mse mwenye alishutiwa pale nje ya parliament, rest in peace.
Welcome back, guys. And right now we have been joined by another guest. She's a human rights activist, and she's here to continue with the conversation. So she's going to introduce herself.
Thank you very much. My name is Nicole Wanjiku, and I'm a human rights activist.
Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you very much.
So, Nicole, right before you came in, we were talking about the protest. What happened during the protest? There were extrajudicial killings, police brutality, and everything, the chaos that happened during that time. So, you as a human rights activist, what do you think? What's your view about all those stuff?
On my way here, in the car, I got a chance to listen to just a part of it, and I had my colleague here, Judy, bluntly say that she saw nothing wrong with what the police were doing, and I'm very disappointed, Judy, because the police were killing innocent people for no apparent reason. Brutally shooting people with live ammunition, which is against the Constitution. We all know that, don't we?
But to some point, we all know that the protests are supposed to end at 6. And what about those people who were killed? Or maybe the police found them still continuing the protest after 6. Don't you think that the police were justified to use some,
No.
It's against the law, actually.
Okay, it is, but was every single person who was shot by the police in town after 6? So many people were killed during the day, at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and nothing justifies murder. Just because someone was in town after hours doesn't mean that they're supposed to be killed by the police. Nothing justifies taking someone else's life. That is someone's parent, that is someone's child, that is someone's uncle, everything. You see? And now the thing is, as a society, I think we have normalized police brutality to the point that we act like it's such a normal thing, and we should all stand up against police brutality. Those were peaceful protesters. They did not have weapons, and whatever they did was unconstitutionally wrong.
so
We all know that.
But the president said that he doesn't have aku command anything, and alisema the police is the police department is a what do you call it, free, or maybe like
Some
they have
independent body.
it's an independent body, so it order anything. That's why he was justifying what they did. Do you think the president was wrong?
I wouldn't say the president was wrong, but if he clearly said that the police is an independent body, then I think individuals who are involved or individuals who brutalized people and did anything unconstitutional should be trialed and even jailed. Because it's an independent body, and I know they didn't want to take the fault, they should individually look for those people, because there were videos, there were clips of police beating people, shooting people, and nothing has been done. IPOA has been telling us that that they're investigating and they'll do, I don't know, they'll take measures, they'll do things, but ukweli nothing has been done up until now. Imagine a whole month, because the protest started around last month, 20th, and we are in August. No, it wasn't even last month, it was June. Imagine, one whole month down the line, nothing has been done. What does that tell you? Clearly, no one wants to take accountability, and they are all part of the problem. And we have to accept that.
So are we supposed to blame the IPOA? Who are we supposed to blame in the whole situation?
They're all complicit because IPOA is supposed to investigate such cases and make sure that policemen that participate in, like brutality, and policemen that act against the constitution are either punished or reprimanded, but clearly they have not done any of that. Policemen are also part of the problem, because why would you just beat up someone's child just because you can? That is very wrong. It
maybe
is
they're doing their
ethically
job.
wrong, and it is just wrong. There is no excuse to hurting someone just
So-
because.
Despite all that, do you think that there was an impact after everything that happened? It's a question for both of you. Do you think there was an impact, after the whole thing? Like the actions that were taken, maybe the finance bill being rejected, president introducing like Kazim Taani, reshuffling the CSS and, firing some. Do you think like it was the impact, like, does the impact justify everything that happened?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, go first.
I think there were like a lot of things that happened after the protest. Some were negative, some were positive. We lost so many people. So many people died, and also kuna a few positive things that happened, like the dismissing of the cabinet and bringing in new people. Although it wasn't really what people wanted, because we wanted completely new people, and like fresh minds and everything. But I think we take what, like, we just get what we get at this point. Also, there was he didn't really introduce Kazim Tani, he just brought it back because it was here a while back. So I think that's a plus, because a number of youths will be employed, and other programs pia are set to continue or begin that will employ more youths. But the truth is, we still need so much change, so much needs to be done, and we are not yet there, we are not even close. We need to wake up, and yeah, I think someday we will eventually get there, but we are not yet there.
Judy, Gen Zs wanted to be included in the government. That's why walikuwa wanaambiwa you guys are supposed to have a leader who is going to be, represent you in the government. And Gen Zs say they were tribeless, they were leaderless, they were, they didn't want someone to represent
rule them.
themselves. And they wanted to be included in the government. And now when the president fired the CS, and then, we saw the new CSs and those who are brought back. And there was no Gen Z. I didn't see a Gen Z. Maybe, those guys are all millennials. Do you think, like, the president, there was an impact there?
To my point of view, I think there was not any impact there. Yeah.
Why do you think that? Do you think, like, those who are brought back are justified to be back? Or maybe those who got the new CS, do you think they deserve the positions?
To my point of view, I think, yeah, they deserve that seat of the new. I mean that seat of the cabinet secretary. They did deserve it. Actually, to my point of view, the previous one, actually, they did deserve it to be fired.
Nicole, about the Gen Zs wanting to be included, do you think, like, the president alifanya makosa kuto like, there's someone like Marcus, I don't know, Marcus McCool or McHugh or something, I don't really know the name well. The guy is like an activist, he's fighting, we saw him like in the streets. Do you think like someone like that is deserving to get a position in the government,
Okay, I'll start by correcting you. I did not hear it anywhere, or I did not see it anywhere where the Gen Zs clearly stated that they wanted to be included in the government. The only thing that they wanted, the only form of inclusivity that they really wanted was for the government to correctly and rightfully do things, per the constitution. The Gen Zs never demanded for any slots in the cabinet.
But
And no, wait, okay, sorry. All the Gen Zs wanted was change. All they wanted was for the government to follow the constitution, to do everything constitutionally, and to also think of the common mwananchi. Because how did this whole revolution start? It started with the Reject Finance Bill. People read the finance bill and they thought that it was not a realistic thing, considering the economic state of the country at the moment. So many people are living hand to mouth. And for you to impose even more taxes on people who are barely surviving, it's absurdity. Because what do you mean? It's absurdity. So I think whatever happened with the cabinet reshuffling and everything really left so many Kenyans disappointed. But then again, I don't think the Gen Zs wanted to be included in the cabinet. The whole idea was just fresh minds, young people, young, vibrant people. Because you cannot pick old people to be in charge of our future and they won't even be there. It doesn't quite make sense. I'm imagining you're choosing a man who's like 65 to be in the cabinet. And this man is probably not going to be there in the next 10 years. And the things he does right now will impact us in the long run. You see, that's also a very selfish move.
guys, it has been a good conversation with these two fine ladies over here. We have talked about a lot of things, and thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, my name is Kennedy Motembe.
I'm Judy Atieno.
I'm Nicole Wanjiku.
So, adios, guys. See you later. Thank you.